Good day, good people. It's another wonderful day, and we are here again to share ideas and discuss on mathematics at the elementary level. In today's lesson, we are going to continue under number operations, but the topic of our lesson is subtraction of whole numbers. Last time we looked at addition, so today will be subtraction of whole numbers. Each time we have a lesson, we state what we want to learn at the end of the lesson so that we can stay focused and evaluate ourselves at the end of each lesson. We are going to state our objectives for today. And before I write, there are three. The first is to identify numbers and subtract them. That's arrange them and subtract them correctly. The second will be to interpret word problems in subtraction of whole numbers. And the last objective will be to be able to solve problems with mixed rule. That is, problems that involve addition and subtraction. So these are the three main objectives. These are our main focus for today. We should arrange and subtract whole numbers, interpret word problems in subtraction, solve problems involving mixed rule, that is, involving addition and subtraction in one problem. Before we continue, I would like us to look at synonyms to subtraction. These are terms that sometimes they are used in the place of subtraction. In any case, wherever we find these terms, it simply means we should subtract. So some of these terms are reduce, deduct, take away, difference. These are some of the terms that you can usually find when it comes to subtraction. And the sign for subtraction is minus. This is the sign for subtraction. I would like us to look at this carefully. If you have a problem in subtraction, like 9 take away 4 equal to 5, 9 is called the minuend, 4 is called the subtrahend, and 5 is the difference. In addition, 4 and 5 together are called the addend, and 9, which is our answer, is the sum. 9 is the sum, and 4 and 5 are called the addends. Okay, with this in mind, let us look at some examples which will enable us to understand better. Here we have a problem to subtract 8,643, take away 4,532. To be able to solve this properly, we have to place the numbers vertically, because horizontally it's difficult to solve. So when you place them vertically, it is easier to subtract. 8,643, take away 4,532. 3 take away 2 is 1. 4 take away 3 is 1. 6 take away 5 is 1. And 8 take away 4 is 4. Answer will be 4,111. Okay, we are going to look at the second problem. And the second problem has a different term other than the sign, but it simply means subtraction. So let's look at the second example. Let's read the problem together. What is the difference between 9,874 and 11,000? Difference, as we've mentioned earlier, simply means subtraction. What is the difference between 9,784 and 11,000? In this situation, we simply place the larger number above and subtract the smaller number from it. It is not because 9,874 comes first that you have to place it above. You have to identify the minuend and the subtrahend. And in this case, the minuend is the larger number, which is 11,000, and the subtrahend is 9,874. So you rearrange vertically. 11,000 minus 9,874. If you look at this, they have a value of 0, and you can't subtract natural numbers from 0. So what we do, we have to go to where we have a digit, where you have 1, because if you look at the 10 digit is 0, you can't borrow from here. If you go to this other 0, you can't borrow, but here we have 1. So you strike this off and you're left with 0 here. You take 110 here, you strike it off, you are left with 9. You take 1 here, it becomes 10. You strike it off, you are left with 9, and you bring 1 here so that you'll be able to subtract 4 from it. So 10 take away 4 will give 6. You're left with 9 here, don't forget please. 9 take away 7, 2. Here we are left with 9. 9 take away 8 is 1. Here you are left with 0. 0 take away 9 is practically not possible. So you will come here, you'll be left with 0. You bring 1 here, it becomes 10. 10 take away 9, you are left with 1. And this will be our answer, 1126. If you look at this carefully, you realize that difference here simply means subtraction. And to subtract this, you should be able to identify the larger number, which is the minuend, and the smaller number, which is the subtrahend, and you do your subtraction. Let's go to the next problem, which of course is going to be a word problem. We have to read all through and use our past knowledge to be able to identify which are the numbers, write them out in figures, and do the subtraction. Okay, the question, this example, third example is, there are 819,247 people in a town. 632,464 are females. How many males are there? Here, there is nothing that big, but it's just to try and apply our knowledge of writing numbers in figures. So the numbers here are written in words. We have to write the numbers out in figures, then arrange them as the previous example, and we do the subtraction. The first number here is 819,247. That's the total population. And the number of female is 632,464. Remember, we are subtracting because if you know the total population of the town and you know the total number of females, then we can subtract the number of females from the total population to have the number of males. And this is what we've just done here with the arrangement. Now let's do our subtraction. 7 take away 4 is 3. 4 take away 6, it cannot go, so we have to borrow. We will be left with 1. If you bring 1 here, it becomes 14. 14 take away 6 is going to give 8. You're left with 1 here. 1 take away 4, it cannot go. You borrow 1 from here, you're left with 8. And you bring 1 here, it becomes 11 because there was an existing 1 already. 11 take away 4 is 7. 8 take away 2 is 6. Here 1 take away 3, it cannot go. You have to borrow, and you take 1 from here, you'll be left with 7. You bring here, it becomes 11. So 11 take away 3 will give 8. 7 take away 6 will give 1. So the number of male will be equal to 186,783. That said, we are going to look at the last example, which involves mixed rule. 14,326 plus 12,360 minus 19,498. Our last problem is a problem involving addition and subtraction. And this is how, when you have such a problem, you're supposed to approach it. First, you solve what you have in the bracket, that's addition, and the answer you have here becomes the minuend, and this remains your subtrahend. So we first of all finish with the left hand side and then subtract what we have on the right hand side from it. That is 14,326 plus 12,360. 6 plus 0, 6. 2 plus 6, 8. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. What we have here becomes the minuend, as I mentioned. So we'll have to the right hand side now, we're going to have 26,686 take away 19,498. 98. 6 take away 8, it cannot go. We are going to borrow from here. So we'll take 1 from 8, and what will be left with will be 7. 1 will come here to make it 16. 16 take away 8 is 8. 7 take away 9, it cannot go. So we are going to take 1 from 6. What we are left with is 5. We bring 1 to 7, it becomes 17. 17 take away 9 is going to give 8. We are left with 5. 5 take away 4 is 1. 6 take away 9, it cannot go. You're going to take 1 from 2, you'll be left with 1. You bring 1 to 6, it becomes 16. 16 take away 9 is going to give 7. And 1 take away 1 is 0. So the answer is 7,188. Thank you for being there today. Our next lesson will be multiplication of numbers. Please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the lesson. Subscribe to our channel, click the notification button, and if possible, you can share. See you in our next lesson. Goodbye.